Hello, so today we're going to be doing a full Prospeo V2 platform breakdown. Let's jump right in. So the first thing I want to do is go over to Prospeo versus Apollo. Okay, and the first thing is database refresh frequency. Prospeo's is 7 days, Apollo's is 4 weeks, and industry average is 6 weeks. That basically means that we're going to be getting up-to-date lead data within 7 days, as opposed to someone's changed jobs and we're reaching out to the wrong company name. You know, what's the point in reaching out to someone if it's not relevant? We've got high mobile number pickup rates of 25% compared to 11%, 98% verified email accuracy compared to Apollo's 79%, data coverage of 73%, which basically means that, out of 100 leads, 73 are going to have data, whereas in Apollo it's lower at 62%. And then we've got things like contact and company data like Apollo, international coverage, intent data. We've got technology-based filtering powered by Wappalyzer, live job postings, sort by verified and active contacts, and then finally, automatic duplicate removal. So basically this allows us to remove certain people from lists. So that could be people we're currently prospecting in our CRM. It could be existing customers. It could be do not contact. It could be people we've reached out to recently, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and we don't want to reach out again too soon. So really cool feature. And then if we actually compare Prospeo to other providers like ZoomInfo, Cognism, Lucia, it's 90% cheaper than ZoomInfo. It's got 48% more pickup rates than Apollo, 2x more coverage than Cognism, and 5x less email bounces than Lucia. And if we scroll down even further, we can see that out of all of the providers, it's got the highest mobile pickup rate, it's got the highest email deliverability, and again, updates every 7 days compared to the industry average of 6 weeks. So every provider likes to talk about how they're the best, but after using Prospeo for a couple of weeks now and actually testing ourselves against platforms like Apollo, it's clear to see how much of an edge it really has. So the next thing we want to cover is pricing. So if we head over to the pricing page, we can see we've got a free plan, starter plan at $49 if we're doing monthly billing, growth plan and pro plan. And it's just really, really simple, right? We're upping the credits each time, but we also get extra features like we've got 3 extra intent topics, we've got job change tracking. We can also add extra credits on as well. And actually the pricing is pretty similar to Apollo if we head over to their pricing, except the organization plan on Apollo is slightly cheaper, but it also has 6,000 credits and the credits are quite similar. We'll talk about that in a second, whereas here we've got 15,000 credits per user per month. Obviously, Apollo does have a whole bunch of extra features. It's got website de-anonymization. You can find out what accounts are viewing. We've got sequencing. We've got more integrations. But if we're looking at data providers, Prospeo does come out on top. So yeah, comparable pricing. For Apollo, it's 1 credit per email and 8 credits per mobile. Over in Prospeo, email address 1 credit, mobile number 10 credits. So it's really simple, super transparent pricing. And if we compare that to ZoomInfo, for example, we've got gated pricing here. We actually have to hit view pricing and submit a form, and it's much more expensive. And the same with Cognism as well. Again, we have to submit a form. So in terms of quality, in terms of pricing, Prospeo is coming out on top for us. And then what we can do is create a Prospeo account. We can log in and we enter this main dashboard here. So we always like to start at the company level because it tells us how many accounts are in our TAM or a certain slice of our TAM. And then from there, we can start to find people. So once we know how many accounts, we head over to people and we can start creating filters. So let's use the example of we're saying sales tech software to sales leaders. And for this example, let's go with head of sales. Let's say we target anywhere between 21 employee companies to 500, but we're going to select a certain slice. We're going to go with 51 to 100 employees. And let's start building now just to show you. So job titles, let's go for sales. And let's select seniority as head. Location wise, let's say we want to call these prospects to, and we want to call United States numbers. So let's go with someone who's in the United States, who's working for a United States company. Awesome. Duplicate control. So here we can hide people from exclusion lists, so we can upload CSVs, or we can hide people from lists we've already created in Prospeo. So if I select that, here I can select a list that I've already created. This is the duplicate control that I was talking about. Employee headcount, we said we were going to go for 51 to 100. We've got buying intent where we can add certain topics that the buyer is searching for, and then we can actually further filter out there. But for this example, we're not going to use that. We've got revenue, job changes, funding, technologies. So we want to target sales teams that are taking sales seriously. And so they're actually investing in their sales team using the proper software and CRMs already. So using HubSpot, or they're using Salesforce. There we go. Let's now select how many people per company we want to reach out to. So because we're only targeting smaller companies, 51 to 100, there shouldn't really be any more than 2 people around the head of sales title level. There should be 1 head of sales, but there might be a head of sales engineering or something like that. But there really shouldn't be any more than 2. So let's go with 2. Larger companies we can increase to 5, 10, depending on the size. Total years of experience, there's other filters here, founded year, headcount growth, and this company attributes is really cool. So we want to target sales-led companies that are offering a demo, not free trial, that's more product-led. So offering a demo. And we also want to target sales teams that are currently hiring for a sales development representative, or an SDR, or a business development representative, or a BDR. Nice one. And you can see here we've got how many? 6 rows in total. We can visit the websites, make sure they are in fact SaaS. Looking good. Yeah, great. Looking good. And now what we want to do is add these leads to a list. So we're going to select all people. We've already applied max people per company, apply, and we're going to add to list, and we're going to create Prospeo list. And we're going to add to the list, and we're going to head over to lists, and we can see here 6 people. We're going to select all people. And what we can do now is we can send it to a few different locations, okay? We could send it straight to a sequencer like Instantly or SmartLead, okay? In which case we can head over here, select our integration. We've already connected to Instantly and just hit push. We might want to send it to a CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot so that our rep can directly call these people, so we can select from here. Or we might want to send it to a tool like Clay. The integration is coming soon. We've got other integrations like Zapier, NAN, and Make coming soon. And that's fantastic. But in our case, we're doing our enrichments in Freckle. So we will leave this and hit export. And here we can select all contacts. We can enrich with mobiles. We've got 5 contacts with verified email, and we've got 6 contacts with mobile. So we can select which one we want to do. In this case, let's just go with all contacts without mobile numbers, hit export, and there we go, we've got our list. In fact, what I'm going to do now is just do exactly the same, but export with mobile numbers, because I want to show you all of the features and functionality. Nice one. And just to show you the integrations one more time. So we have Instantly, Outreach, SalesLoft, Lemlist, SmartLead, HubSpot, Salesforce, and then Clay, Zapier, NAN, and Make coming soon. So now what do we want to do? We want to show you some other features of the platform for enrichment. So we've got CSV enrichment. We can basically upload a CSV or Excel file and enrich with up-to-date people or company data, including contact info. They've got CRM enrichment coming soon. And now we're going to show you the API. So you can see our API key here, and we're going to show you an example. So let's close down these tabs. Let's head over to Freckle, and let's add a new table. We're going to upload a CSV. And we're going to upload the one with mobile numbers that we did, the second CSV we exported. And let's change the title to Prospeo Test. And you can see here we've got emails, 5 are verified, 1 is unavailable. That's where we can use another email enrichment provider to find email for row 1. And then we can verify using zero bounce and bounce band to make sure that that is a deliverable email. Then we've got mobile numbers, all +1s as expected for people located in the US working for US companies. And then we've got all of this data here. Now there's a lot more data that's carried across compared to Apollo, which is really useful. Always easier to remove rather than add. But now what we're going to do is show you Prospeo's API. So we are going to delete this email column. We're going to delete the email status column. We're going to delete this column and this column. And we're going to head over to the end of the table. We're going to hit all actions, and just like in Clay where you can add HTTP APIs, we're going to make a HTTP API request. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to go over to the Prospeo documentation. And we want to find the person's contact info, so enrich person API. And we want to select this URL endpoint. It is in fact a post, so we can keep that as is. And then headers, we want the X key as the header and then the API key. So if we select and copy, there we go. And then back to the documentation parameters. So we've got optional, 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 and then data is required. So let's have a look at the data parameter. We've got first name, last name, full name, LinkedIn URLs, a whole bunch of information here, minimum requirements for matching. And then here it says we advise strongly against using the company name for matching. Many companies have the same name, and this can result in mismatch inaccurate results. Wherever possible, try and use at least the company website. Okay, it's a company website, but it does say here the more data points you submit, the better. So wherever possible, submit everything so you have greater accuracy. Cool. So we want to provide as much data as possible. Company name, company website, and company LinkedIn URL. Fantastic. So what do we want to do now? We actually want to copy some information over into the body. So it's going to look like this. So we can see we're going to want to copy over something like that. But let's first see what information we actually want. So always enrich with verified email only if there is a mobile, always enrich mobile. So we want the email. We want to pull a mobile as well. And we're going to do our verifications using zero bounce. If we wanted verified emails only, we can add this line of code here. But in fact, we're going to use zero bounce for that. So let's just grab all of this, add it in. We're going to save without running because it's going to nicely format that in the Freckle editor. Here we go. And let's add this enrich mobile true. So we grab the mobiles as well. And I believe that is it. Now, like I say, if we want to grab verified emails only, then we can obviously add this line as well. But for now, let's just go with what we have. So let's run that for one row and see if we've added everything correctly. 400, we haven't. Where did we go wrong? Post, we've got the right endpoint, we've got the API key. Aha, we've not added our variables, that's why. Rookie error. So we now want to add our first name column, our last name column, our company name, our company website, and our company LinkedIn URL. Nice one. Let's run that again. Success. Nice one. So now let's grab the email of the person. So in this case, it's null because we didn't have that at the start before we deleted the email columns. Let's grab status as well. And let's also grab the mobile number. Now let's run for all empty rows. And in fact, let's grab the mobile verified column as well. Mobile status column, sorry. So yeah, we've got our emails, we've got whether it's verified or not, we've got the mobiles and whether they're verified. So that is the API, it's fantastic. All of this data here. The documentation is fantastic as well. We've got information on responses. So here, what information we can get. We've got information on error codes. So if we get 429, it shows we've hit a rate limit. If we get 400, it shows we've had no match. So yeah, really good documentation from Prospeo. So the last thing I'm going to show you today is actually Prospeo's Chrome extension. So if you head over to the platform, you can download, it'll open up a new page and you can add Chrome extension. And so how does that work? Well, let's go to LinkedIn and let's say we want to look up a company like Warmly. And we want to start reaching out to the right people in Warmly to sell our software to. Well, we can open Prospeo's Chrome extension and you can see here we've got company details, what they do, their Facebook, their Twitter, their Crunchbase links. We've got information about when they're founded, how many employees, their revenue, what technologies they use, and then any information on funding rounds that it can get. And then we've also got all employees, so we can start searching for relevant people. So let's say we wanted to target, again, the head of sales. So I might want to type in sales in here and filter by head. And you can see here we've got Lauren Cheshire, head of sales development. And so what I might want to then do is select Lauren, add to a list. Maybe I add to the Prospeo list. Or I might want to push directly to Instantly, one of the integrations, or maybe I want to add to the CRM, or maybe to Clay, which is coming soon. And so that's on a company level. Now let's say we want to visit someone's page directly. So let's actually visit Lauren's page and open the Chrome extension again. We can see here it's actually updated so that we've got Lauren's direct information, company information as well, and also employees. So really cool Chrome extension. We can reveal emails, reveal mobiles. We can also do that for other employees. So if we head over to all employees, we can see here email found and verified by Prospeo. We can click to reveal, cost 1 credit for email, 10 credits for mobile. Again, very simple credit model and super cool Chrome extension. So that's everything we've covered. Why Prospeo, their pricing, how to build lists at the account level, at the people level, how to export those lists, integrations, CSV and CRM enrichments, their API using a tool like Freckle or Clay, and their Chrome extension so we can extract company and person level information on LinkedIn. So any questions, please add to the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.